Chairman of the Virginia Offshore Wind Development Authority wants to be here today. And since we've got some members that are new to both us and the public, I want to ask everybody to go around and introduce themselves briefly, starting with Brian over here.
Hi, Brian Redmond, Paragon Asset Group. We own and operate energy projects on respect to wind. We are on the board of Deepwater Wind, which is the Block Island project offshore Rhode Island, and then we own and operate Noble Environmental Power, which is about 750 megawatts in upstate New York and Texas.
Hi,
Please press your button.
Hi, Bill Green, Green Power Technology. We're an engineering consulting firm advising clients on energy and environment. We do efficiency, renewable, sustainability. We do work overseas in Africa and Asia as well as the U.S.
Welcome aboard, Phil.
Hi, good morning. I'm Conrad Spangler. I'm with the Department of Mines, Minerals, and Energy, and we support the authority and serve as staff. Also, Al Christopher, the director of our Energy Division, isn't with us today, but he will be the important person for a lot of the work that the authority does.
Good morning. I'm Ken German.
There you go.
Yeah, good morning. Ken German, also with the Department of Mines, Minerals, and Energy, and everything else that Conrad said.
Good morning. My name is Michael Skippington. I am the Program Support Manager for DMME, and I'm here in Al Christopher's absence this morning.
Mary Doswell, Dominion Resources. Dominion won the auction for the offshore wind parcels off the coast of Virginia, and we have the test turbine project, one of 3 awarded by the Department of Energy to build 2 test turbines off of the Virginia coast, about 20 some miles off the coast. Hello, my name is Deborah Miller. I am with a company called Green Strategy Associates, and we do a lot of what Philip does, except not in Africa, which is sustainability, energy efficiency, and renewable energy. I came into the energy field doing wind power with Kennebec US Wind Power, and have spent the last 10 or 15 years actually working in energy efficiency. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Joan Von Graff. I'm with the Defense and Energy Consulting Group, the Spectrum Group in Alexandria, Virginia, and also have a long-time career as a maritime and environmental lawyer out of Washington, D.C. Happy to meet everybody today.
I'm Bob Mathias. I'm Assistant City Manager at Valda. This is my second term on Valda, and happy to serve.
Am I on? Yes. I'm Ron Rosenberg, and I'm a professor from William and Mary Law School. I'm also the academic dean there. I have been interested in renewable energy, wind power being one of the forms of it, and hope this body can encourage the rapid development and deployment of this form of energy.
Good morning, my name is Lynn Rohde. I'm with the Attorney General's Office. I'm the Environmental Section Chief, and the Environmental Section represents the Department of Mines, Minerals, and Energy.
Okay, great. I've got a script here that I'm going through. So the next item is to inform the new members of the FOIA requirements, communication with other members. And we could spend 2 hours on that today, but we're not going to. But Lynn's going to give you a thumbnail sketch and then provide you something over the internet. Lynn, please.
Sure. Well, we actually do have, my section provides a lot of FOIA training, and I've been told you all have gone through some of that FOIA training before. So as you probably know, it is very comprehensive, and a lot of the requirements are fairly complex. So I will actually circulate a PowerPoint presentation that hits the highlights of what you should know about FOIA. But generally speaking, FOIA requires transparency. This body is subject to FOIA. And so what that means essentially is that what is discussed and what is recorded as minutes is public information. There are opportunities under FOIA for certain limited closed meetings and discussions that are not public for a variety of reasons, but generally speaking, everything else is. So this body cannot unofficially get together and talk about the topics that the body is supposed to talk about at these meetings in public. And that is any more than two of us who can't go out to lunch and talk about the agenda for the day, or wind energy and the coalition and any of that. It all must be recorded, it all must be put into minutes and be accessible to the public. So that's sort of a thumbnail overview. There are a variety of requirements about what constitutes meetings and what constitutes official minutes, and there are a variety of definitions as well. So I will provide that information. Is there anything else that you want me to touch on right now?
That's good. I think
Okay.
she'll send something out email, and it'll all come from staff. The safe thing from my perspective is if you have communication, send it through staff and they'll send it to everybody else.
Right, thank you.
And that keeps everybody pretty much legal. Ken, do the new members need to be sworn in and get the secret handshake?
I don't know.
I don't think we should change that.
Yeah.
I don't
Our
think
secret
that
handshake.
we
At least
ever
We're
should
sworn.
either.
Okay.
Ever going, but
Are they also, do we, all of us, fall under the governor's executive order on accepting gifts?
Probably.
Okay. Lynn
Let's
will
err on the
also
side of
provide
caution,
some. Yeah.
and
Lynn-
I'll
Lynn-
look into that.
Yeah.
I'm not actually familiar yet with the
Right.
coalition, but I'll look at.
Has someone offered you something about it?
No, and if they do, I want to find out if I can accept it or not. We're not going to make any rolling jokes, so we'll move right along.
Generally speaking, these sorts of bodies are, so.
The next thing is we have a new Office of the Attorney General Counsel, Paul Kugelman, who can't be here today, but Lynn is already doing a great job in his stead. But we'll have Mr. Kugelman working with us going forward. The next item is the minutes of June 9th, which everyone got ahead of time, and they're in your folder. If y'all will take a bit to read those, and we could have a motion to approve those at the appropriate time would be great.
I move the approval of the minutes.
Thank you. We have a second.
Second.
All in favor, aye. All opposed, no. All right, thank you very much. One other piece of background information for the new folks on the left-hand side of your folder that DMME always puts together. They all do great work. I meant to say that earlier. Is your reimbursement for your travel here. The easiest thing to do is fill it out with your why you're here, and then give it to Edie, I guess, or someone like that back on the back counter, and you'll get a check this month. So they're very good about that. So, and if you don't choose to take the mileage reimbursement, you don't have to. Next thing I'm very excited about is Virginia Offshore Wind Coalition, an evolution, revolution. Virginia Offshore Wind, and I'm going, Chuck, you can go ahead and move up front. The City of Virginia Beach and a number of other entities working with VCIRC and others actually created the VAL Coalition 4 or 5 years ago. And Virginia Beach, which I work, was one of the first, was the first local government to give money to it. And they've been working in the trenches, working on the supply chain, as Ken's going to tell you about. Actually, you know, we have the leasee, basically Dominion, but Val has been working to make sure that the world is aware of the opportunity to exist in Hampton Roads and Virginia generally. So, Chuck, if you introduce yourself, please.
Sure, thanks. Thank you, Bob. Is this on? Can you hear me anyway? It's kind of an odd setup, so if I walk around, is that still good? Great, thanks. Yeah, my name's Chuck DeCure. I'm actually the second, in my second term as chairman of the Virginia Offshore Wind Coalition, similar to Bob, right in line with that. And as Bob mentioned, we're an industry group. What we'll do is we'll just kind of roll through history, because some of you have been involved with BOW from the very beginning, and some of you are maybe just hearing about it or hear about it from kind of the sidelines. So we're going to walk through a bit of the history. And we've just recently restructured BOW.
Yeah, go ahead and try to get your mics on up
Yeah,
there.
sure. How's that?
That's better.
Yeah. So what we'll do is, in the term evolution, revolution, it comes from a discussion that I was in Bremerhaven, Germany, with the German government and their economic development folks, and we were talking about how Bremerhaven went from, the port for the German Navy during the war, then totally destroyed basically, then a generation or so of just being derelict, to now the hub of the offshore supply chain in Europe, and how that evolved. And it's a wonderful woman in that says, well, it really wasn't an evolution, it was an evolution revolution. And I asked her, and she was kind enough to let me steal her term. So there it is.
Put a trademark on it.
The U.S. trademark. So, as I mentioned, and Ken, I don't know if we can make that thing go away, but it doesn't really matter ultimately. Believe it.
Would you move the mouse?
There you go.
Man. Team Pro. So yeah, good. So we'll talk about who VOW is, and then the brief history and the new VOW, and then kind of what's next. So here's VOW currently. This is the NASCAR slide, as we like to say. And you can read through, most of these names, you see most of these logos. Obviously, Dominion plays a big role in there. They're actually the vice chairman, Robert Hare and Molly. BAE, you've got shipbuilding companies, you've got offshore supply companies. As Bob mentioned, you've got City of Virginia Beach, City of Norfolk, et cetera, et cetera. So really good core of people. Outside of that group, we have affiliated, related, associated entities, and we'll talk about it in a second. Our relationship with DMME is really strong and wonderful, the VEDP, and we've certainly enjoyed that. The universities, Virginia Tech, George Hagerman and the like, Green Jobs Alliance,